Thank you very much. And of course, we have heard in the last hour or so that 6 people have been arrested during protests in Birmingham.
Breaking exploding like fireworks from hell, riots swallowing Villa Park whole, and Birmingham streets turned into a war zone where football fans became freedom fighters. 6 arrests, 1 woman yanked from the crowd for daring to wave an Israeli flag, and 700 coppers from 25 forces scrambling like ants on a hot pitch. This wasn't a match, it was a massacre of the British soul, broadcast live to a nation too stunned to blink. Welcome to UK Pancakes, where the syrup's sweet but the truth sticks in your throat. I'm your host, flipping the lid on the scandal that's got Westminster wheezing and the public roaring. Buckle up, because if you thought last night's chaos was the halftime show, darling, the second half just kicked off with a boot to the gut. Picture it, Aston Villa versus the world, or so it seemed. Kickoff at 8 p.m. under floodlights that flickered like a dying heartbeat. The stands packed with 42,000 souls, chanting for glory, not grenades. But by the 17th minute, yeah, unlucky number, the first flare arcs through the air, red and vicious, slamming into the away end like a meteor from Merseyside. Screams pierced the roar. Bottles rained down. Not lager cans, mind. These are half-bricks wrapped in rage. Police lines buckle faster than a cheap umbrella in a gale. One officer, helmet cracked like an eggshell, goes down clutching his ribs. It's not a game anymore, he radios in, voice cracking over the static. Cut to the woman in the blue scarf. Let's call her Sarah, a nurse from Solihull, 52 years young, waving that flag not for politics, but pride in her son's service abroad. Dragged away by 6 burly lads in riot gear, her cry echoes. This is my country too. Live streamed to 2.7 million viewers before the feed cuts. Brutal. Beautiful. Britain unmasked. But hold the outrage remix. This didn't erupt from thin air. Oh no. Rewind 12 weeks to a leaked memo. 217 pages stamped confidential. Eyes only. Buried in the Home Office vaults like yesterday's fish and chips. Titled Operation Pitchfork, it flagged 12 intelligence alerts. Rising tensions at matches, fueled by unchecked migration flashpoints and economic knives twisting in the gut. Potential for civil unrest. 87% probability. It warned, penned by Spook-in-Chief Elias Thorne, a ghost in the machine with 28 years under his belt.
Ignored. Shredded?
Nah. Digitally vanished. 11,000 records poofed into the ether by 3 a.m. that fateful Tuesday.
Why?
Follow the money, pancakes. £2.4 billion in shadowy security contracts funneled to a consortium called Secure Horizon Limited, chaired by none other than Deputy PM Angela Voss's cousin, third removed, but close enough to smell the conflict. Voss, unreachable that night, was spotted at a black-tie gala in Mayfair, toasting caviar with lobbyists while Birmingham burned. Downing Street? 9 hours of crickets before a 40-second platitude. We stand with communities. Zero accountability. Pure theater. Crowd chanting. Resign. Resign. The echo bounces off rain-slicked cobblestones as dawn breaks, pink and pissed off. Protests spill from Villa Park like lava, 15,000 strong now, weaving through Digbeth's alleys. Banners unfurl. Starmer surrender. Pound 2.3 million wasted. That's the security spend, folks. Drones, barriers, overtime for officers pulling 18-hour shifts on £12 an hour. Yet patrol coverage? Down 30%, per the leaked Thorne memo. One vet, Tommy Hargrove, 68, medals pinned to his parka, limps to the front line. I lost my leg in the Falklands for Queen and country, he growls into a megaphone, voice gravel and glory. Now I sleep in my Vauxhall, waiting for a pension check that bounces like a bad pass. This ain't protection, it's betrayal. The crowd hushes. A pause that punches harder than any flare. Then fury reignites, fists to the sky, tear gas blooming like deadly dandelions, smoke curling over the bullring like a dragon's sigh. Escalation? It's not a word, it's a wildfire. By noon, Manchester's Piccadilly Gardens mirrors the madness. 8,000 marchers, flares popping like champagne corks at a funeral. Liverpool joins, Anfield's cop turning cop out with chants of "Voss, must go." London? Parliament Square's a powder keg, veterans in the gallery, pensioners with placards, "I paid taxes for this," and a rogue whistleblower, ex-Met Sergeant Lena Croft, 41, single mum of 3, drops the bomb on X, a 47-page dossier emailed anonymously to every MP. Foreign interference? Bollocks, she tweets, attachment scorching. It's homegrown rot. Contracts rigged. Alerts axed. I saw the deletions live. 11,000 files, timestamped 2:47 a.m., IP traced to a cabinet office server.
Boom.
Viral in 47 minutes. Government spin? Deepfakes from Moscow. Bleats Home's Secretary Marcus Hale, sweating under studio lights. But Croft's no Kremlin puppet. She's Birmingham-born, badge tarnished but backbone steel. They called me loyal once, she tells her hidden cam, eyes fierce. Now I'm just the truth they can't delete. Fast forward. Curfews clamp down like iron jaws. Birmingham locked till sunrise, Manchester till midday. London? Well, the Tube's a ghost town, Big Ben tolling over barricades of burning bins. Police clash in slow-mo savagery, shields crunching against determination, horses rearing through haze. One clip, a pensioner, Doris Keane, 79, great-grandma to 5, shoved to the pavement, handbags spilling Werther's originals into the gutter. I voted Tory, Labour, Lib Dem, same rot, she spits, dabbing blood from her lip. Gave my youth to the war effort. Now, they give us this. Silence. The footage freezes the nation. 68% now say governments lost the plot, per Snap YouGov. Trust and plod at 17%. The rest?
Zilch.
Economy? GDP dips 0.4% overnight. Sterling wobbles like a drunk uncle at Christmas. Insurers yank policies on city gigs. Markets murmur. Temporary instability. Temporary? Tell that to the 41,000 asylum claims stacking up unchecked, or overtime pay spiking 68% while recruitment lags. Nigel Farage. The thorn in the establishment side. Doesn't wait for the whistle. He's live on GB News at 10 p.m. Ty Askew, eyes like laser-guided missiles. Starmer calls this leadership? It's surrender in slow motion, he thunders, clip rocketing to 3 million views in 2 hours. Westminster sneers divisive, but the public? Truth, they hashtag. He doesn't stop. Next morning, 10 million and climbing. Britain can't police its own peace. GDP down, violence up 22%, 41,000 claims in 3 months. That's not safety, it's collapse by design. Aides label him dangerous, opposition a relic. Outside the bubble? He's prophetic. His words whip the winds. Crowds in lead scrawl, Farage was right on cop vans. Liverpool docks hum with dockers debating deleted docs. When people fear no authority, he warns, authority vanishes. Echoes in Parliament Square, banners flapping like rebel flags. Twist time, the cover-up unravels like a cheap jumper. Dawn raid on Secure Horizons HQ, servers seized, 2.3 terabytes of emails exposing Voss's cousin pocketing £450,000 kickbacks. Thorne's memo? Recovered from a whistleblower's USB, smuggled out in a digestive biscuit tin. Blame the bots. Hale pivots on Sky, but Croft's dossier names names. 14 ministers looped in on the deletions, including Starmer's chief spinner, Oliver Grant, who quipped in a Slack, "Burn it before breakfast." Foreign interference? A smokescreen thicker than the tear gas. Leaks FloodX, screenshots, timestamps, the lot. Protests peak, 80 arrests nationwide, 30 injuries, 1 copper hospitalized by a flying pint glass. Vans torched in Bristol cost £1.2 million in twisted metal. Treasury calls it contained unrest. Footage calls it carnage. Flanks of rioters, fists flying, flares painting the night infernal. Tension snaps like a fault line. Parliament erupts. Emergency session, floodlit and feverish. MPs shout over gavels. Resign. Thunders Tory firebrand Liam Blackwood, while Labour's backbench lioness, Priya Singh, hisses, "We've sold the pitch." Gallery overflows. Veterans shoulder to shoulder with nurses. Tommy Hargrove leading a slow clap that drowns the speaker. Fuse, mocked by midnight marches. Military on standby. First domestic alert since '82. Choppers whirring over the West Mids. Not for war abroad, but the war within. Leaked order. Potential loss of civil control. Markets crater again, pound below 1.20. Investors fleeing like rats from a sinking T-clipper. Confidence? Vaporized faster than bosses' excuses. BY noon. The dam bursts. Cabinet implodes. Hale quits with a whimper. Personal reasons, followed by 2 ministers, 3 aides, letters carbon copied. The system no longer functions. Starmer, ashen in the dispatch box, promises strength through order. Farage, from the shadows. Panic through weakness. Inquiry demanded. Birmingham blackout, they dub it, and cross-party nods. Even Labour whispers loss of control. Optics? Soldiers at the gates, rifles glinting under sodium lamps.
Damning.
The illusion crumbles. Power without spine is pantomime. And the audience? They've stormed the stage. Silence falls, heavy as fog over the Thames. But here's the reckoning. Pancakes. The raw, redemptive gut punch. Britain doesn't shatter. It stirs. By dusk, the flares fade. But the flames? They flicker in eyes across the aisle. Manchester's veterans link arms with nurses under sodium glow. London's teens carry candles over Westminster Bridge, wax dripping like unshed tears. Birmingham? No lockdown holds the quiet revolution. Doris Keane brews tea for coppers on the beat. Tommy Hargrove shares stories of sacrifice with wide-eyed lads in blue. "I gave my leg for this," he says soft, "but I'll give my voice to fix it." No more slogans, just resolve. Polls flip. 72% ditch official spin, but 81% crave rebuild. Churches swell, not for sermons but solace, conviction the state forgot. Faith isn't in number 10, it's in the folk who remember. Outrage births awakening. Streets hush, but the hum? Electric. Power drifts from Marble Hall's back to the crowd that forged it. Starmer speaks from a fortified window, words met with waiting silence. Not hate, but hunger for honesty. "We are monitoring," ministers drone, but the public hears confession. Across the pond, Biden urges calm. Merkel murmurs support. They miss it. This fractures moral, not mere politics. Farage's coda breaks records. 10 million shares, 60 nations tuned. Britain doesn't need saving. It needs remembering. Even haters hit play. Market steady, but belief? Rekindled, slow and sure. Birmingham was no spark. It was the mirror, cracked but clear. A city, a country, staring down managed decay. Muted voices, misplaced trust, misplaced might. Riots over. Silence? No. Symphony. No heroes and headlines, just people in the light. Security fences rise, but illusions?
Felled.
The crowd outside? Not baying, breathing, bound by banners faded but fierce. We remember who we are. No party's plot, people persist. The question shifts, not who leads, but who follows truth. Britain isn't burning, it's blazing awake. Memories the revolt, no baton breaks. The revolution, no riot gear routes. From flares to flames of recall, we've glimpsed the ghost of empire's grit. Order? Replaced by awareness. Control sans trust is con. Peace sans proof is packed with shadows. And beyond the smoke? A murmur rises, not to rule, but reclaim. To rebel with reason, roar with roots. The pitch is ours again. The people? Unbowed. If you believe truth still matters, subscribe to UK Pancakes and never look away. Thank you for watching.